professional master who is committed to both our professional life, personal life, life to man, and mother to two remarkable boys. Has been a steadfast Toastmasters member since 2016 and is actively engaged in many clubs, even my home club, Surulere Toastmasters Club. Please join me with a round of applause and welcome to the very Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, Chief Madu.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. General Evaluator. Jolly good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as the accountant this afternoon is to watch out for our use of crutch words. The arms, the arms, repeated words like so. I will return to give feedback on how we have fared in our speaking. The interesting thing to know is that using crutch words when you're speaking is akin to applying unnecessary brush strokes on a spiffing masterpiece. So I encourage you, as you take the lecture today, instead of using the crutch words, implement pauses. Pauses will help you catch yourself, think about what you want to say before you say. In that way, you're going to ensure that your audience enjoy not just the message, but the flow of the message as it emanates from you. Thank you. Like I said, on the request of the general evaluator, I will return to give you feedback on how we have fared. Do not, I repeat, do not be the one who will get caught using the crutch words. And that's it from me to you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, two-time distinguished Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudi. The next role player of my team is the one we call grammarian. Our grammarian for today's meeting also very responsible staff. Playing the role of grammarian, Toastmaster, please, can I have a bio? Toastmaster named Geography, also known as AfricaSec.com, is the founder of LEARNTOR. He is a luminary tech professional, a keynote speaker, agile trainer, STEM. He's a certified trainer and consultant in equity, strong analysis, data analytics, and digital marketing. He's renowned for helping organizations achieve success through data productivity, adoption with sales, and ROI. Join me in sounding welcome to the next 10 Toastmaster Messi.
Thank you so much, the General Evaluator. Can everybody say the word tenacity? Tenacity. Can I have everybody echo the word tenacity? Tenacity. Tenacity is the word of the day, which is basically focused on the quality of being very determined. And this word encourages holding on tightly on your goal and aspiration, even in the face of adversity. Some of the synonyms of the word tenacity today is persistence, determination, perseverance, doggedness, tenacious, and single-minded focus. That's the word of the day. And in the spirit of Toastmaster Craig Esaude, this word originated in the 1500s, specifically 1526. And in a writing by William Bond and Bridget Regentine monk. They are authors that were trying to use the word and it's of Latin origin. So, example of using, oh God, Chidi is going to catch me using the word so as a crutch word. The example of using the word tenacity is, you have to, okay, I've updated that, but some reason it did not show, is you have to admire the tenacity of, sorry, is there a challenge? Is there a challenge? I can hear Toastmaster Olushola.
No, please go on.
Oh, okay. Let me share my screen again. 1 second. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you have to admire the tenacity of Toastmaster Elizabeth as the club president. Our tenacity is highly admirable. You have to admire, another use of example to use the word is, you have to admire his tenacity, maybe Toastmaster Olushola, even if you don't agree with his idea, but you have to agree that he's a tenacious individual. These are the examples. As the grammarian for today, I want to see the use of the word tenacity, tenacity. I'd like to see the use of the word today as fluid as possible. You can drop it in the chat. You can use it in your words. It will be counted for you. And I'd like to see the use of other grammar as I'll come back to give my report. The general evaluator, you have the word, and you are tenacious in delivering your role. The lantern is yours.
Thank you, Madam Grammarian. The final role we have on the team, one we call the evaluator. And I'll be honored to play that role with the basic purpose of the listening evaluator is basically to test the listening skills of the audience. At the end of the meeting, I will introduce snippets or cutouts from a speaker's speech and ask the audience, tell us who was that made that speech or that you said that part for a speech. So I will introduce a snippet from speakers and ask the audience to tell us the name of the speaker that in the process of the speeches. So thank you. And now we're in the act of general evaluation. At the end of the meeting, when all the speeches are done, I will come back with the team of evaluators and we get to see how tenacious my role player. Over to you, Mr.
Thank you most kindly, Mr. GE, and for the tenacity of your role and that team members. Thank you, all team members. Thank you very kindly for sharing your role. Indeed, our tenacity to increase, especially at a time like this of our meeting today. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, I mentioned earlier that we had Toastmasters. The first one is, which we're going to dive into, would be the prepared question. According to our agenda, it's supposed to be the table topics. But we are switching over now. We're going to the prepared session. For our first speech, this will be delivered by meet me. Our first speech today will be evaluated by Master Itulu. May I please point out here that okay, the audio is not clear. This Master, please can we use that one? We have just been told that the audio is not clear, so we need to set that.
Madam President, the one you're using, leave the audio on. The one showing the audience, disconnect the audio.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
You have two devices on.
Yes, we have
to.
Audio
showing the people in the audience.
Yeah.
The audio for that one and keep this audio. That's why there's a feedback.
Okay, we just did that now. So please confirm that there's no echo.
There's no echo.
Okay, we just did that now. Thank you very much. Thank you. And if we have any concern, please do let me know on the chat box so that we can correct that from here. Thank you. I was talking about the evaluator for our first speaker. She has, her evaluation is part of her project, her pathway. She's going to be given an evaluation and she would also... Okay, please, if you're online and you're not speaking, kindly mute your mic so we can get to the other persons. Thank you. Our evaluator this afternoon will be evaluated and we'll be evaluating our speaker, but would also be evaluated. So we should take note of that she would be evaluating the speech, but someone else would be evaluating her. And that would happen to be me. Our evaluator this afternoon for our first speaker is Toastmaster. She's an Oracle consultant at AMT Digital. She is also the creative director of the Event Media and Event Management Company and the convener of Her Solence, a faith-based transformation coaching platform for women and ladies. She mostly likes to dance, sing, and spend quality time with family and friends. Fellow Toastmasters, to give us the speech projects for our first speaker is Toastmaster Itunu Oluwa Mustafa. Let us welcome her. Toastmaster Itunu, the virtual anthem is yours.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Please confirm if you can hear me.
You're muted, Toastmaster Itunu. You're muted.
Oh, I actually am not muted. I think I can. Can you hear me now?
I can actually hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you hear me?
I still cannot hear you from this end.
Oh, I think it's the network. I think we're having network.
Can hear you clearly.
The people online said they can hear you, but we can't hear you from here.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
It's the same volume.
Madam President, can you hear any other person online?
Again? Let's see if we can. Let's know if we can hear you.
I think it's the issue. Madam President.
Oh. Just want to say to know, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I don't think that you can hear me too.
I still cannot hear you. Can you speak again, please? Please speak.
Can you hear me now? Okay, Miss Elizabeth, you're muted, so I cannot hear you. You can hear me, but you're muted.
I can hear you. To reduce the echo, we had to mute this. I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. It's an honor to be here today. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Chidima for our icebreaker speech. And the purpose of our speech is to introduce ourselves to the club and also to learn the basic structure of public speaking. So thank you very much, and over to you, the general evaluator.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Itunu. All right. Toastmaster. Okay. Pardon? Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That I think that will be fine. All right. Toastmaster Chidima would be speaking from the. I do not have that. Please, can I have it? Please permit us. We are trying to ensure that the connectivity here is okay and we all clear from that angle. Toastmaster Chidima, our first speaker for today, will be speaking from the Leadership Development Pathway, Speech Level 1, Project 2, and the project objective, her project objective for this speech is for the speaker to speak with the purpose of for the speaker to speak with a purpose where she gives a speech and then she will be evaluated, use the feedback and work on it to give another speech. The speech is for 5 to 7 minutes, like her evaluator had stated. Toastmaster Chidima's speech topic for today is the land where nothing goes. Are the specific things you want to evaluate? Are they the specific things you want to evaluate or to look out for? Please let us make welcome to the lantern to deliver a speech with such tenacity filled up in her, our Area 17 second place evaluator, Toastmaster Chidima AJ. Giving is family bonding time. Hey, who's excited? Nobody's excited. Right. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests, both physically present and virtual. It's worth warm, sunny. Sun was out in its splendor, and all was well. Dressed in our beautiful and regal attire, my family got set to go and have lunch at the grand, the phenomenal, the great Echo Hotel. Make sure you empty your stomach, so we're gonna have a buffet, guys. My younger sister, we're getting ready to have the time of our lives. When we arrived at the venue, Santa sanity as we were ushered at royalty. Picking up our plates, we went to the food stand to go and make a choice. I was mesmerized by the display of different kinds of cuisine, both local and international, and some I had never seen before. Who knew there was anything like Singaporean mega, I can't even pronounce it correct, or egg fried rice, or chicken in different kinds of sauce, and of course, the local dishes were also there. All my family members, some of them explored, and wanted to try a new dish. Guess what I did? I went to a hotel. Why? Who does that? I decided to stick to my familiar meal. familiar fish that I know. Other people were, wanting to maximize that experience. But I decided to stick to the familiar. And that was how I missed out on that opportunity. How many of us are foodies here? Do you have any foodie in the house? Fantastic. Thank you very much. I would definitely not describe myself as a foodie because I lost out on that opportunity to explore unfamiliar territories. Dear friends, this experience made me thinking about our approach to life and to work. When faced with challenges, we embrace the opportunities, or do we choose to speak to familiar? Yes, it's normal to be cautious. It's normal to express some form of caution. But being close-minded can hinder us from growing. Being close-minded can hinder us from reaching our next potential. When we are faced with that next opportunity, instead of thinking, no, I can't do it, why not say to yourself, how can I overcome this challenge? What skills, what resources do I need from where I am, where I want? When you realize that there are deficiencies, create a plan to upskill yourself and ask for help where necessary. Dear friends, our comfort zone is land where nothing is. You might be uncomfortable to go out of that land, but the comfort, the benefit far outweighs comfort. In conclusion, just as enriching our dining experience, exploring new meats can enrich our dining experience, being open to challenges can also lead to professional and personal growth. Someone that's open, having the opportunity, stands as a top contender for higher roles. You can sign up for new roles, can take up leadership opportunities, whatever it is that will stretch you and make you to be where you are. I'll read off this quote by Thomas Jefferson. Once something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. I would like us to repeat that and personalize it. If I want something I've never had, I must be willing to do something I've never done. Dear friends, I would like us to think about that and embrace those opportunities as we come to God. Thank you.
If I want something I do not have, I must be willing to do something I have never done. Do we think that Toastmaster Chidima deserves more of a round of applause? Can we give that to her? That was awesome. That was amazing, especially when she talked about the food. My ear just opened wide. I know I have some foodies online as well. You can take this moment for those of us online. Please give Toastmaster Chidima those love words on the chat. Use the chat room to appreciate her for what she has done, the speech that she has given to us. We can use the chat box to do that. We would read it out to her here. If we want to do that, let's take some minutes to appreciate her, because it's not easy coming out here to speak. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Let me see them coming in. I want to read at least one to her before we move to the next speaker. That was an inspiring speech. This is from Toastmaster Opeyemi. Thank you, Toastmaster Opeyemi. Thank you very kindly for sharing that with us. Thank you. All right. So that we don't take much of our time and we keep to time, I'd like us to move now to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Abdulrahman Adebayo. Okay, so we would have Toastmaster Chidima. Toastmaster Chidima would be evaluating Toastmaster Abdulrahman. Toastmaster Chidima, I did not read out her bio while she was coming to speak. She is currently serving as the club secretary for LEARNTOR Toastmasters, and she just recently came up as the second placer in the speech evaluation at Area 17 that was done 2 weeks ago. She's moving to the division, by the way. So we are talking about a girl coming to give an evaluation. Let us make welcome to tell us the objective of Toastmaster Abdulrahman's speech, Toastmaster Chidima Eze. Can we give her a round of applause? I think she needs more. We clap for her while she gave her speech. That's why she's not coming. Nobody is clapping online. I can't see the clap online. I can't see the emojis online. Toastmaster Chidima has told me that she's not coming out if nobody claps for her online. If there's no emoji online.
Okay, so get ready to be entertained as Toastmaster Abdulrahman is speaking from the effective coaching pathway. His speech level 1, project 4, and the duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And the topic is Kiddies Agenda. And he'll be applying feedback to the same speech. So, Toastmaster Abdulrahman, please break a leg.
Thank you. That was a tenacious explanation of the objective of Toastmaster Abdulrahman's speech. And I know that Toastmaster Abdulrahman is tenaciously ready to deliver the speech. I don't know if we can display his bio. Please, can we display his bio? Do we have his bio ready? If we do not, Toastmaster Abdulrahman is one. Okay, we do have his bio ready. Toastmaster Abdulrahman, a member of LEARNTOR Toastmasters, he joined the club in 2022. His primary focus for 2024 is connecting with courage. And his favorite quote is, when you start to work on the way appears. Thank you for that. Toastmaster Abdulrahman, who is going to be tenaciously breaking a leg, will be coming up now to deliver his speech. Thank you.
Thank you, all right. It was January 3rd, 2024. And it is 7 a.m. in the morning. The usual way we do things. I pick up my clothes, dress up, preparing to go to work. And one of the common things that we know around here in Lagos is you kind of rush every time in the morning. A lot of time, we forget to even take our breakfast at home to prepare to get to the office. This day, I prepared and I'm set. Little did I know what was about to happen. I preached to myself, saying, Abdulrahman, now you have to eat. And my son was responding, no, you are going to get late. Say, eat, you are going to get late. So it was this fight, a swing between eat and get late, or eat and get fed. So, and something happened. I choose to stay and eat. And I settled down. I got my food. And as I was about to start eating, something happened. I thought to myself, like the previous conversation, say, don't forget your water. You have to take water before you eat. Time is not my friend right now. I need to just eat this. And as I was about to cover it, the little one in front of me was like, Daddy, you have not taken your water. Like, really? And the next thing is that you take your water. This is it. And I just had to go for the water. All the way. And as I was doing that, the next person, the sister, to this little one was like, Daddy, you have not said your prayer. I said, what? But I'm just in a hurry. I cannot just do that. And the next thing, before you know it, the kid was already stating the prayer for me to just follow. And I had no choice than to just obey the command from that kid's agenda. Daddy, do not forget what you are showing us. Now it is time for us to show you back. And that little experience, I may say, got to me. Of course, I ate my food half-heartedly. Part of me was guilt, and part of me was satisfaction. And immediately I completed the feeding, I had to pick my load, and I was going. And then the conversation kept going, me, myself, and I, the three in one. One said, you should have followed me when I told you to say your prayer, when I told you to drink the water before you started. The second one said, that doesn't matter. We have done it anyway. And the third one says, of course, you have sent a message to the future for yourself, for your babies, for your children to send across back to you. And that really get me at standstill. And I thought to myself, really? Every step we take every day is a message to our future self. And it comes back at the time we least expected it. One of those is children. They come to us highly involved to show us the message of life. Children never hesitate to say facts. Children never have enmity among themselves. Children say it as it is. They mention it without apology. Children are the best example of every one of us, the kind of thing that we bring to be in the world. Children serve us an agenda of liberty, of freedom, of courage, of being ourselves. Imagine myself, me, myself, and I having this complex within myself, nobody knows about. And my children are waking that again and say, you have sent this message to us. It is our responsibility right now to send it back to you. So here is my question. What is that message that you're sending to your future self, that you're preparing to reap at that point in time? And who is going to be that mirror, that amplifier that gets you to rescue you, to save you when that time comes? Maybe you need to think about this again. That aside that children serve us in such a way, rather are we thinking we are the ones saving our children? There's a need to flip it around and say children are companions for us to navigate our road in life. And at the same time, the image of children can be found in every individual, right here, right now, or even far away from this place. For every one of us has that little one, the innocent one, the courageous one, buried inside, deep inside each one of us. So, what are you going to do right now, going into the future? Are you still going to have that conflict within yourself that stops you from doing what is right, rather than what is easy? It was easy for me to just eat my food without saying my prayer. It was easy for me to just eat without drinking water. But the kid actually reminded me the importance of all these things. Drink your water, fill your cup before you can fill any other person. And then the kid reminded me to say my prayer. Because in getting grounded before the day, that is where I can return back to myself. And all this is a reminder to all of us to see the importance of what we're doing in the world. The message you are sending to the future self is coming back to us at the point we are least expected. So I would like to challenge us. I would like to invite us to consider all these messages as being sent to me, being sent through me to you by my children. That whenever you want to have that conflict, remember it is a message you are sending to your future self. What are you sending from now on? Toastmasters.
Wow. What message are you sending to your future self? His children have sent him to us. Did we all catch the message from his children?
Yes.
Did we catch it? Please, I think Toastmaster Abdulrahman deserves another round of applause. The tenacity of that speech reminded me of a Chinese proverb that states, the world was not left to us by our parents. It was lent to us by our children. Indeed, children passes message to us or through us to the world. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Abdulrahman, for such speech. Timer, please would like to confirm if both speakers were used their time. Can we get the timer report on the speakers, please? Okay, so they are both in time. This means that both of them are legible to be voted for because we'll be having the best speaker for the day. For those of us online, please can we send our votes to Toastmaster Okpeyemi? Toastmaster Okpeyemi, can you keep your hand raised online so people would know who they are sending that vote to directly? Toastmaster Okpeyemi, can you keep your hand raised on the poll? So the poll will go to you. Toastmaster Okpeyemi's hand is raised. Please send your vote privately to Toastmaster Okpeyemi. The first speaker was Toastmaster Chidima Eze, and the second speaker was Toastmaster Abdulrahman, who spoke. Just so here we have the votes passed, the paper passed down for people to vote for their best speaker. Her hand is still raised, Toastmaster Okpeyemi, so they can send their votes to her. We now move to the second segment of this day. The second segment is that of the impromptu speech, which we call the table topic session. This is when the speakers come to speak here between 1 to 2 minutes of the call. We have someone who is going to anchor the session that is known as our table topics master. She will come out and tell us what the session is all about before she begins the session. Please, do I have her bio online? Can I have her bio, the bio of our table topics master? For the benefit of those who are coming to speak here, our table topics evaluator is joining us online. So while you speak, while you're coming out to speak, be conscious of our table topics evaluator so he can hear you and give an evaluation appropriately. Can I have the bio of our table topics master, please?
That's Toastmaster Clem, right?
Yes, please.
While
her bio is being read, I'd like to make us know that this is one person that I know that has great tenacity to make things work. She's always a team player that goes out of her way to help us get things done. Although the subject here is not what she's playing today, but I'll read out her bio. She is a seasoned sales and marketing expert with a renowned FMCG company, a member of LEARNTOR, and she's currently serving as the Vice President of Education. Her primary focus in life is to establish meaningful connections, live happy, and share happiness. To her favorite quote is by Helen Keller, who says, Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, let's please make welcome to the virtual lantern, our Toastmaster, our table topics master of the day, Toastmaster Clementina Ontabo.
Hey, thank you very kindly, everyone, and good afternoon to everyone online and here present. I am very delighted to be taking us on this journey of entrepreneurial speaking. And just before I go into asking the question, I would like to just tell us a little bit of what table topic is. Table topic is that simple 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes impromptu speech that can transform your communication skill. And if you love it or you don't, it's a very powerful tool in Toastmasters that helps you to grow because you're put on the spot and you're expected to speak off the cuff. And one of the benefits of actually participating in the table topic session is the fact that it helps you to improve your critical thinking and thought organization. You're able to speak at any point in time, anywhere you're being called upon to speak. So I would encourage us to come up today to speak as I open the floor for us to select our questions. So I'll be taking this approach, right? And the approach involves, I have like 5 questions, and I expect us to indicate interest voluntarily, starting with an experienced Toastmaster, either present here physically or virtually, and then we take our guests also either physically or virtually. One other thing that you need to also be mindful about when you're giving your table topics is ensuring that you make use of the word of the day. And the word of the day for today is tenacity. So as a participant in this session, I'd expect that you try to infuse the word tenacity into your speech. Aside from that, you also need to pay attention to the timing. You are expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. What does table topic do to you if you're a very loquacious speaker? As a loquacious speaker, it helps you to condense your speech, right? And as a very calm or quiet speaker, right, it helps you to expand your speech. So today, I have questions 1 to 5. Who will bail the cat? Who will take the first question? Who? Online? Physically? Oh, a round of applause for Toastmaster. Okay, so I was like, they're rushing me. So, yeah, so we have our AD. It's a very big honor. Questions 1 to 5, I'd like for you to pick. So the table topic is themed to today's meeting. When there's a will, there's a way. So what question, number 1 to 5, or would you like to go? Question number 3. All right, so I'll take number 3. Discuss a historical figure of someone you admire who exemplifies the idea of overcoming obstacles through shared willpower. Can we say that again?
Yeah.
All right. Discuss a historical figure or someone you admire who exemplifies the idea of overcoming obstacles through shared willpower. Thank you. That's you.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Jolly good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic before me is to discuss a personality who exemplified will tenacity, and showed a lot of courage in overcoming obstacles. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you a story of someone who worked in my office about 5 years ago. The individual actually joined as a cleaner. She is a lady, and her name is Esther. She joined the firm as a cleaner. And over the course of 5 years, this lady displayed something that is far more than will or tenacity or the power to accomplish a vision. We all saw her as somebody who is responsible for cleaning the organization every morning when you get there. But little did we know that Esther did not see herself as just a cleaner. She, over the course of the years, she has continued to secretly educate herself. When she joined the firm with just an XSE, a school set. But over the course of the year, she decided to sit for JAM. She passed. She secured admission in University of Lagos. She put herself forward for a diploma program, and she was doing it. 5 years down the line, Esther again reapplied into one of the graduate training programs of the same firm. Every individual in that particular company was surprised that somebody who was working in the same firm as a cleaner 5 years down the line, and she's now applying to join the entry-level program of the same organization. What has she done so differently? She has only demonstrated the fact that you don't allow your present circumstance, your present situation to define you. What defines you is your ability to be tenacious, ability to be focused, ability to be committed, and she has demonstrated that over the years. I can tell you today, Esther is a senior investment professional in the financial service space, just by virtue of the fact that she put herself forward and she was able to work on herself, and she has been able to sort of elevate her circumstance from being a cleaner, and she's now a senior investment person. So ladies and gentlemen, I will encourage you, you must demonstrate the will. Do not allow your current circumstance to define you. And I will now return the control back to the Table Topics Master of the Day. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Who does not love the story of Esther? I mean, there's this popular trend on social media, where people talk about Esther, the Black Esther and Broke Esther. I love this Esther because she's still Black, but she's now established. So, nice one. Thank you very kindly for that interesting story, our AD. And now back to the table topic questions. Toastmaster Abdurrahman, you had indicated interest to speak, so please come on board. A round of applause for Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, yeah. So which of the numbers 3 is taken? So number 1. Number 4. Okay, number 4. And number 4 have question number 4. If you could give a piece of advice to someone struggling to find the will to pursue their dreams, what advice would that be? You want me to take it again?
Please take it.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone struggling to find the will to pursue their dreams, what would it be? Over to you.
Thank you. A piece of advice. for someone struggling to find the will to pursue his or her dream. For me, it will start by a story. In 2022, November to be precise, at the point when I was more like a great block between hope and despair. Because then I was a student, a master's degree student. And the great block continued because I had one of the best supervisors, well, I wouldn't say in the world, but imagine someone that come all the way from the US, United States of America, and then he was to supervise me in Nigeria. Well, that would be a gift. And the great luck part, the negative part of it was this other person initially used to give me praises about what I do, best of the best, your work is top notch. And all of a sudden, the story changed. And just because I wasn't able to give the quality of my work as expected by him. And this story changed and it consumed me, like honored me, the best word, out of the tenacious experience then to the next level of tenacious. And what that gave me was the discovery that someone with an international standard can see my work as top notch. So that exactly is the kind of advice I would give. If you are looking for the will to continue to pursue your dream, then look inward and look around you. Then you will see that will. Let me hand over to the table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Abdurrahman, for that speech and encouraging us to look inwards and look around us to be inspired and get that tenacity that we are seeking. Now, I would like to get someone from online just to
I volunteer.
Sorry?
I volunteer.
Toastmaster. Oh, beautiful. Toastmaster Mercy. Thank you very kindly. So what number would you like to go for?
What number is available?
So we have numbers 1, number 5, and number 2.
Number 1.
Number one champion. And number 1 is, question number 1 requires you to share a personal story about the time when you faced a seemingly insurmountable, sorry, I think I'm struggling with that word. When you faced a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, but persevered by shared determination and willpower. I know you have a lot of those stories. Please share with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Clem, one of the most tenacious women that I've met by virtue of being a member of this club. I've got quite a lot, like you said. How I've been able to combat insurmountable challenges with great tenacity. I'll talk about this year. This year, really, actually last year, started extremely rough. Extremely rough. From personal challenges, family, to my health, my mental well-being, just to a great deal of insurmountable challenges. How was I able to overcome it? One thing that I had to learn, which came to fore as recent as last week, the best form of self-love that anyone can give themselves is discipline. The best form of self-love anyone can give themselves is discipline. I had to be disciplined with what I allow within my space. I had to be disciplined with who I allow. Oftentimes, let me identify one of the greatest insurmountable challenges that I've had to endure. Is one at the top of my burner is disrespect. I love everybody. I respect everyone. And I do not require it. I expect that everybody should be respectful to one another. So when I find you disrespectful in my space, I give you space. So, and because it affects me mentally and it becomes a real problem. So in my tenacity to overcome those challenges, I speak my truth to myself, because after all said and done, I've got me. I've got not the people that are the noisemakers in the background. I don't have them speaking or whispering to my ears. I've got myself. So in closing, I'd like to say the best gift you can give yourself today is the gift of discipline, which is the best gift to self-love. And to overcome any challenges that you're going through, number one, recognize what are the triggers. Number two, take decisive action to being able to confront the challenges so that they don't drown you, they don't kill you, they don't break you, but rather your discipline actually to evolve and helps you to develop the best self-love and gift to yourself. And so in my journey of overcoming several hurdles of my life, where lemons have made them into lemonades, I'm happy to say that I'm still on the journey of overcoming insurmountable challenges and braving it with great tenacity and deciding never to quit. The table topic master, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, and very kindly to Toastmaster Mercy for that story. And it was very, very impactful. And I can tell that you were able to turn lemon into lemonade with your tenacity. And that was really a nice story. Thank you so much. And at this point, if time had permitted us, I would have loved to take the guests. But unfortunately, we have any guests who's willing to speak? Oh, I can see a beautiful. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we only have number 2 left. Yeah. So the question for you is, imagine you have a dream or a goal that seems impossible to achieve. I mean, everyone has that story, right? How would you develop the willpower to pursue it?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, members of LEARNTOR Toastmasters. The question for me is to imagine if I have a goal or a dream which seems difficult for me to achieve. How do I achieve it? I would put my mind back to when I was younger, when I was in university, or when I was in secondary school. I had a goal to be a lawyer. And then I got into the university. I came from secondary school as a top student, right? And then I got into the university and I realized that I wasn't as smart as I thought I was, and I experienced my first failure. I did a diploma in law in the University of Lagos, and I failed, really. Not like I failed, but then I got English instead of law. But then I had a goal, really, to study law. And, I had to sit back, tell myself, I have a goal. I have what I want to achieve, right? It's either I do English or I look forward to my goal, really. And then I took it again. I took it with as much tenacity as I could. I could summon for myself. And at the end of the day, I graduated top 5% of the class in the second diploma. And really, thinking back at that, it's always, you know, it's always an example for me to follow, even in my current dealings, in my career progression. Whenever I face setbacks, I think back at that period of my time when it was really low. Most of my friends had crossed over to the next level, and it was just me. But then look at me here, I'm now a lawyer, even though I experienced several setbacks even after that diploma experience. But I'm currently a lawyer. I work with a fair enough good company, and I seem to be doing well for myself. So I think I'll look back at that. Thank you very much. Sorry, my name is Kelechi Albert.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Kelechi Albert, for that groundbreaking table topic speech. It was really nice that you guys were able to show us how you were able to surmount the challenge and the obstacle that would have prevented you from achieving your goal tenaciously. Congratulations, and thank you very much. At this point, this brings me to the end of the table topic session, and I hope we all enjoyed the tenacity of all the speakers today. No response, okay? All right, back to you, Toastmaster, Madam.
Thank you. I think they deserve more round of applause. Thank you very kindly, Madam Table Topic Master. Mr. Timekeeper, can you please give us a quote so we are sure of our speakers if they are eligible to be voted for? The timing reports for the table topics, please.
Table topics, speaker 1 to 5 seconds. 2 minutes, 4 seconds. 3 minutes for topics.
So can I get that again? The first speaker, 3 minutes, meaning we only have one person. So just so we're clear.
So we've got only
okay, so
speaker. I actually have a lot of
yes. Okay, so we only have table topic speaker 2 and speaker 4. Table topic speaker 2 is Toastmaster Abdulrahman, right? So, and intending Toastmaster Kelechi. Here at LEARNTOR, there's something we'd like to do. Once an intending Toastmaster comes up to speak, if it's just one intending Toastmaster, we try as much as possible to encourage that intending Toastmaster. I believe you all know what this result means. I believe you all know what this result means. Because the Toastmasters who would have voted for overshot their time. That means yes. So we would have been moving to the third session right now of this meeting, but my attention has just been drawn to the fact that we skipped off someone from the speech session. So, General Evaluator, please permit me to call on our third speaker for today. She's online. She'll be speaking online. I would like us to kindly focus on the screen to see our third speaker. Our third speaker this afternoon is Toastmaster Okpeyemi. She would be evaluated by someone virtually, physically present here. That is Toastmaster Abdulrahman. His bio had earlier been read. I would not be doing that. I'd just like to call on Toastmaster Abdulrahman to come give us the speech objective of Toastmaster Okpeyemi. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, the Toastmaster of the day. The purpose of Toastmaster Okpeyemi making your speech is to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when delivering or presenting outside of the Toastmasters Club. And I will be evaluating her regarding this to look for the necessary qualities and attributes as being stated. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Toastmaster Okpeyemi will be speaking from level 4, project 1. We might get to see some interruption during her speech. It's part of her speech project, so it's what her evaluator will be looking out for in case we get to see all of that. Toastmaster Okpeyemi, please confirm that you can see our timekeeper, Toastmaster Olushola. Can you see him and can you see the timing card? You need to be certain. Can you see Toastmaster Olushola? He's seated at my right.
Yes, I can see him.
Can you see him, please?
Yes, I can see him now. He's holding a red card.
You need to look at the timing card while he is using it. For the speeches, for voting for the speeches, please, our third speaker would also be voted for. We can hold on to our speech till voting till after the third speaker. Just myself and breaking leg.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I had a fond memory of my childhood, majorly because of one experience that I would never forget in a hurry. This is something I like to always speak about everywhere I find myself. My dad is somebody who enjoys giving analogy from things around him. And he has a way of relating the things we see on a daily basis to give the words of wisdom that I have been able to work with over time. One sunny afternoon, my dad came in and was obviously tired. I rushed out to help him with his bag, put it over on his shelf. And then, as the daddy's girl, I went into the kitchen to get some water. I served him the cup of water. Then I observed that he wanted something more. Because I saw that he wanted something more, I tried to move closer to him, and then he called me to get the walnuts rather, in his bag. As a result of that, that was the first time, mind you, that was the first time I would see a walnut in my life. I went to the bag, straight to the bag, served the walnut, and I looked at how he cracked the walnut gently and started hitting them with the water. I was a very inquisitive child. I looked and I could not hold it to myself. I asked him, Dad, why did you have to crack this fruit before you ate what was inside? And eventually he told me, said, this is called a walnut. You see, a mango, you can chew a mango with the flesh. You see, a banana, you have to peel before you hit. But for the walnuts, it will be so catastrophic if you have to eat the walnuts with the shell. I took that analogy and put it in my pocket. He said, wow, that is very interesting. Then he said, Okpeyemi, do you know that is how life is? Nothing in life comes smoothly. When you want to enjoy the benefits in something, you must put in all the efforts to pass through the toughness that life will throw at you. Miles Monroe, of blessed memory, mentioned something. He said, we are a sum of all the people who we have learned from. That is, the people who have taught us at one point or the other. But let us, masters and guests, you and me, we have a large chunk of people who we have passed through, either from cradle as parents or either in the school as students. or even our peers at work. But one thing is very important. Are we using the learnings to make a difference in our world? Many of us read books. We are involved in mental exercises. But how much of that are we putting into acting and redefining the situations around us? As young minds, as youths, as Toastmasters, as Nigerians, as a citizen of a country. Toastmaster Elizabeth, you have something to say? Your hand is raised. All right, it seems as though she was just trying to, yeah, thank you very much, Toastmaster Elizabeth. As citizens of a country or wherever you find yourself, you have everything it takes for the world to become a better place everywhere you find yourself. Somebody will always say that learn to create your environment. I don't have to be in a location before I can achieve something. Rather, I know the obstacles, I know the limitations, I know those things that are looking at me, like staring at me as challenges. But instead of folding my hands and just relaxing or making excuses, I will crack those walls. I will crack those limitations, take them out of my sight, take that out of me, of my way, and progress forward, unleashing my greatness. There's so much that has passed through me as a result of the learnings over the years. And that is similar to you as a person. There's so much that has passed through you as a person. And the best you can do is to let out those greatness that has been stored into you. Are you going to die empty? Yes, somebody is raising up his hand again. Before I round up, do you have something to say? Yes, you're allowed to speak, please.
How can real?
You were not so clear, Toastmaster. Do you mind your question? Yes. Do you mind typing your question? You are not so clear. Audible. So to save time, Toastmaster Lushola, I will appreciate if you can type your question or your observation or something so that we can all benefit from whatsoever you have to say to us today. And in a nutshell, we cannot change the past, but we can do something about the future. And it is up to you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, to unleash the learnings and make it something the world will celebrate today. Thank you very much. Over to you, the Toastmaster.
It is up to you to unleash the learning and bring out the potential in you. Toastmaster Okoyemi, you deserve another round of applause. Those online, can we give her the emojis? Can we give her those love notes? Despite the distraction, she showed us the tenacity of her potential. She unleashed her potential through the speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Okoyemi, for delivering that tenacious speech. Thank you very kindly. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, for the benefit of our guests who might not have understood what happened there, you saw some persons talking. It was part of the speech. This was prepared for, and like she mentioned, showing your potential is reducing those distractions and still giving out what you have to do, deliver what you have to do. That was just what Toastmaster Opeyemi did, though I would allow her evaluator do justice to that. It is now time, fellow Toastmasters and guests, for the evaluation session. Permit me to call back to the lengthen our general evaluator, who would be calling out his team members to, or before I do that, can I go ahead to call the table topics evaluator, please? Oh, the timing card for Toastmaster Opeyemi, what is she? 7 minutes, 28 seconds. So that means she likes to propose it. 5 to 7 minutes and 30 seconds, 5 to 7 minutes. I thought that was the title. She's disqualified for voting. Okay, so we have 28 seconds. She's still in because she has 30 seconds grace. So we have 3 speakers to vote for: Toastmaster Opeyemi, Toastmaster Abdulrahman, and Toastmaster Chidinma. Those are the 3 speakers. You can vote for either of them. For those of us here, we can do that. Should I go ahead to call on the table topics evaluator, or you will do that? Okay. The table topics evaluator, please confirm you're still on the poll. Does Mr. Craig? Yes, please. Okay.
I presume so.
Okay, thank you very kindly. Our table topics evaluator this afternoon is an English doctor. He is the immediate past president of Merit Toastmasters Club, our very own Area 17 international speech champion. Current speech champion, though. He's going to the division next week, Saturday, people. He is also the 2021 speech evaluation champion of the Division F. Now you know we're talking about somebody that has great tenacity to evaluate speeches. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, both physically present here and on the poll, kindly let's applaud as he comes to the virtual lantern to give his evaluation. Toastmaster Greg, the English doctor. The virtual lantern is here.
Toastmaster Lizzie, thank you most kindly for the unbridled eloquence of your introductory remarks. It is not a walk in the park to throw speakers into the deep end of spontaneous communication. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to provide some pearls of wisdom and strokes of insights that can enhance or enrich our extemporaneous or spontaneous speaking skills. Our first speaker was our area director, Toastmaster Yusuf Akpeno. I was particularly spellbound, sir, by the smile on your face at the beginning of your spontaneous speaking. Smiling, ladies and gentlemen, can enshroud the environment with positivity. That's why smiling at the beginning can be an indispensable tool in our arsenal. Moreover, I was enthralled by the universality of that message. What was the message? Don't allow your current circumstance to define you. Don't allow your current circumstance to define you. For him to produce this type of a message in a spontaneous speaking situation is something that is flat out fantastic. My recommendation would be where you said, I'd like to tell you a story. Well, delving into the story with silence will make it more powerful. For example, you are silent like this. 5 years ago, That would make it more powerful than using that type of setup line to delve into the annals of the story. Having said that, I was enthralled by your use of smiling, plus the universality of your message. My recommendation, consider not using that setup line to delve into your story. Well done. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, I was particularly fascinated by your use of personal narrative about your experience during your master's degree. Using that personal narrative added a sense of authenticity, sagacity, and tenacity to your spontaneous speaking. Well done for that. In terms of recommendation, I observed that you enunciated pursue as pursue. Please note from a speech correctness perspective that that verb is enunciated as pursue as far as British English is fundamentally concerned. The best part for me was your use of expressive gesticulation. For example, when you said, look around you, and you swept your fingers across the screen like that. Look around you. That's a representational gesture, and it helped to accentuate the words. And this is one of the reasons, ladies and gentlemen, that gesticulations are indispensable in our armory as public speakers. Our third speaker was the eloquent, immediate past president of this club, Toastmaster Mercy George Igbafe. Toastmaster Mercy, I was mesmerized by your use of this particular line. The best form of self-love anyone can give themselves is discipline. To produce something like this in a spontaneous speaking contest is a testament to the inventory of her pearls of wisdom. And she used the key of repetition to push this concept into my mind. She used the key of repetition to push this concept into my mind. In terms of recommendation, I feel that the way you framed your camera deadened your delivery, because I couldn't in actual fact observe your body movements as well as gesticulations. As a consequence, next time, I would encourage you to consider paying attention to your camera framing and allow the audience members to be able to see you. The best part for me was your use of this rhetorical technique known as epistrophe or epiphora. It is the opposite of anaphora. What did she say, ladies and gentlemen? She said, when I find you disrespectful in my space, I give you space. The repetition of space in those two consecutive sentences is an exemplification of epistrophe or epiphora in rhetorical language. And this is key for us as public speakers. If one picture can paint 1,000 words, one rhetorical device can paint 1,000 pictures. Toastmaster Mercy, congratulations. Our final speaker was intending Toastmaster Kelechi. Kelechi, there is something called smile talking in the domain of public speaking. And you excelled in this area with a flourish of trumpets. You were smiling and speaking at the same time. I cannot do that. I can't do that. And you have this skill in buckets. Smile talking, smile talking. Smile talking, ladies and gentlemen, can genuinely help to enshroud our cast of mind with positivity. Kelechi excelled in this department. Kelechi, I observed while you were speaking that you utilized a verbal virus, or you were guilty of a crotch crime. You used, once. My recommendation? Speak slowly and learn to be comfortable in silence. Speak slowly and consider silence when you speak. If you can speak slowly and get comfortable with silence when you speak, you'll be able to abolish or excommunicate verbal viruses or crotch crimes from your speaking range. The best part for me is your use of the technique of failure in storytelling. You told a story about how you failed and eventually how you got to the top 5% of the class. You know something? Storytelling is key. But what type of stories should we tell as public speakers? We need to tell stories around the 4 Fs. What are the 4 Fs? We need to tell stories about our frustrations, about our failures, about our fears, about our flaws. The reason is that human beings can see themselves through those 4 Fs. Kelechi utilized failure, which is one of those 4 Fs. And that is fantastically splendiferous. Ladies and gentlemen, our speakers today, to the best of my perspicacity, did absolutely well. And I want to congratulate all of them. May my evaluation serve as a pair of shoes for us to walk further on our tenacious journey of public speaking. And it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwoha.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster, the English doctor. The feedback was not just for the speakers alone, but for every one of us. Thank you, Toastmaster Craig. Thank you so kindly for that feedback. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we are now supposed to move to the evaluation session. But at the beginning of this meeting, we mentioned that we have in our midst the area director, area 17 director, in the person of Toastmaster Yusuf Akpeno. For the benefit of our guests, Toastmasters has what we know as the club, which is the meeting that we're in right now. And the club is under an area. An area is more like your local government. Yeah, we're under a local government. And the area is under the division, which is more like the states where you are in. And the state is under a country, which is more like the district. I am just trying to give us this explanation so we can understand who is coming here. Now, right now in our midst, we have in our midst the local government chairman of Area 17. That is our area director in the person of Toastmaster Yusuf Akpeno. He has come to visit. He's here for his official visit to the club. And as the area director, he would like to give us his fatherly words that we would be holding on to as a club. Please let's make welcome with on the online, let's make welcome with emojis. And here, let us use our clappers to welcome our area director as he comes to speak with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not your local government chairman, so I don't have your local government allocation. Madam President, thank you for the eloquence and the warmth of your introductory remarks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, the executive members of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. Good afternoon to our distinguished guests, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, once again. It is my absolute pleasure and privilege to visit LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. In point of fact, this is my second official visit as the area director for Area 17. Like Madam President rightly mentioned, Area 17 comprises of 3 clubs at the beginning of this dispensation. We had LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, Surulere Toastmasters Club, and the president is right here. And we also have Merit Toastmasters Club. But when we assumed the leadership of the area, we decided that we are going to increase the number of clubs within the area family. And what that meant was that we are going to ensure that by the time we are leaving the area come June 2024, we are going to ensure that we will have nothing less than a minimum of 4 clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to let you know today that the number of clubs within Area 17 has increased from 3 clubs to 4 clubs. I am proud as the area director to let you know that over the course of the Toastmasters year, we've collaborated with the executive management of Access Holdings, the past president of Access Women Network, and today, Access Women Network Toastmasters Club is active and is back on stream. So part of our aspirations as an area was also to expand the tentacle of Toastmasters beyond just Lagos. So we were also saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that we have a thriving club in Ibadan and in Benin. So we started working to ensure that Pacesetter Toastmasters Club, which is a club that is meant to be domiciled in Ibadan, and we also have Benin Quintessential Toastmasters Club, a club that is meant to be functioning in Benin. So those clubs are expected to come on stream. At the moment, when we started, we have quite a number of people who volunteered, who showed commitment to join those clubs. But along the line, given what the country went through in terms of true devaluation of the currency, so we couldn't have prospective members to fulfill those promises. So at the moment, those clubs have not been shattered, but as an area, we want to continue to be tenacious. We want to remain focused to ensure that before we leave office, at least one of the 2 clubs is going to be shattered in Area 17. Another thing we wanted to do as an area when we started was to ensure that our area accomplished an award, which is called President's Distinguished Area. And what that means is that for us to be a President Distinguished Area, all our clubs, or 3 out of 4 clubs in Area 17, must accomplish President Distinguished status. What it means is that we have 10 Distinguished Club Program goals. So a club like LEARNTOR must accomplish 9 over 10 of those goals. If we have 3 clubs that accomplished 9 over 10, Club A, Club B, and Club C, it means that at the end of the Toastmasters year, we will have Area 17 as a President Distinguished Area. Where are we, ladies and gentlemen? At the moment, I can tell you that all our clubs are on course to accomplish that. As I speak to you, ladies and gentlemen, LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club has accomplished 6 over 10. That is a select distinguished club. You can put your hands together for LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. And we have barely 3 months to the end of this Toastmasters dispensation. And I believe we are going to remain tenacious. to ensure that LEARNTOR, at the end of the Toastmasters year, if we are not able to accomplish 10 over 10, we will be able to accomplish a minimum of 9 over 10. And the Vice President Education is here. The members are also here. Many of you are also online. So please work with the current executive to ensure that this club will not only accomplish the 9 over 10, but will go a notch further to accomplish 10 over 10. A round of applause to LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. I'm also proud to let you know that the other clubs, such as Mary Toastmasters Club and Surulere Toastmasters Club, they are also on the journey. As a matter of fact, one of the clubs has already accomplished 9 over 10. So we are only encouraging that club to complete the journey by making it 10 over 10. So I'm going to encourage all of you, members, you have a responsibility. If you deliver your project, if you do that speech, if you deliver your evaluation, if you play roles and all of that, your club is going to accomplish its goals. And once the club accomplishes those goals, Area 17 is also going to accomplish our goals. So I will encourage you, and I'm going to charge you, please support your club executive, ensure that you come to meetings, ensure that you deliver those projects, because those projects are foundational to us at Area 17 towards accomplishing the area goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to mention that in terms of club events, we've completed all our statutory events. Last year, we organized the Tall Tales and the Table Topics contest. And I'm proud to say that one of the LEARNTOR's members, Toastmaster Tinker, emerged as a champion of the Table Topics segment. You can clap if you want to clap. This year also, we just recently concluded the international speech contest and the evaluation contest. And I'm proud to mention that LEARNTOR Toastmaster was also magnanimous enough to support the Area 17, not only in hosting, but in collaborating with the area to ensure that that event was a success. Thank you, Madam President, for that. I will move further to also congratulate LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. They did not only support us, they were also competitive at those contests. I'm proud to say that Toastmaster Chidima Eze emerged as the first runner-up of the evaluation contest, while Toastmaster Elizabeth Wah also emerged as the second runner-up of the evaluation contest. Congratulations. They will proceed to the division level to also represent the Area 17 at the division level. So I'm wishing you the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to also mention that, as you know, as Toastmasters, there is a major event that is going to happen in the month of May, and that is the District 94 Conference. And it's been slated for May 22nd till May 25th. And our plan as an area is to have a significant representation at that conference. And what that means is that members of our 4 clubs, which are LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, Surulere Toastmasters Club, Mary Toastmasters Club, and Access Women Network Toastmasters Club, are expected to be present in Abuja on the 22nd to 25th of May 2024. So I'm urging you all, if you have not registered, please make sure you do. And coincidentally, Madam President, Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwa. She's also a member of the organizing committee. And she's going to be working with the area to ensure that we have a significant representation. So we want you to come to Abuja on the 22nd and 25th of May to represent Area 17. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you all at that district conference. As I round up, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you again that as an area, our goals are, number one, to ensure that we finish as a president distinguished area. And what that means is that we need our club to accomplish 9 over 10. The VP cannot do it alone. We need to support her. She has gotten the club to 6 over 10 at the moment. We only have 3 or 4. It is better to aim for the best so that when we land at 9, it will be good. She has done 6 over 10, so we need the support of all members of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club to get the club to a minimum of 9 over 10. And what it means is that, just like Toastmaster Chidima has done, if you have a project, if you are the borderline, which means that you are on level 2 and you have one project to go, it is important to call the VP to deliver that project so that you can accomplish your goal. Once you accomplish those goals, the club meets the DCP. Once the club meets the DCP, the area meets our goal. So you can see that the area, the members, the club, and the area are somewhat intertwined. So we need one another, ladies and gentlemen. The second one is that we want to ensure that we increase the number of clubs within the area. We have projects that we're working on, which are Pacesetter Toastmasters Club, a club that is meant to be domiciled in Ibadan. If you have a contact in Ibadan and you want to work with the area, please signify, or you can see me after this segment so that we can continue to work together to ensure that people of Ibadan also enjoy the beauty of Toastmasters, which all of us are currently enjoying. And the last one is to, at this juncture, thank the executive of LEARNTOR Toastmasters for always supporting Area 17 event. All I needed to do was to call Madam President, and she's always ready to serve. Thank you for welcoming me, and thank you for the host. As I leave, I will leave you with a quote from a poet and a neuroscience of Egypt, Nasfat. And it says, if there is a will, where there is a will, ladies and gentlemen, there is a balcony of possibilities. I take that again. Where there is a will, there is a balcony of possibilities. As I leave, I charge you to always remain tenacious to your Toastmasters goals, or to your personal goal, or to your work goal. Always remember that the best thing you can do for yourself is to remain tenacious and accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now hand over the lectern back to Madam President of Toastmasters, LEARNTOR Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, our AD. Much as I would have loved to speak as Madam President, right now I'm standing as Toastmaster of the day, so I cannot really respond much in this capacity until after the meeting. But thank you for the charge, our dear AD. We appreciate that. Thank you very kindly. I'll now call on our, we have a short our time, so I'll call on our GE and to come and give us the evaluation with his team. Mr. GE, sir.
Good evening once again, Toastmasters and guests. Are we asleep? Good evening.
Good evening.
At Toastmasters, as I earlier said, we believe that feedback is the breakfast of champions. And we are entering what I believe is the most important, is the most impactful segment of every Toastmasters meeting. It is very important that we come here and we speak. Why? We get better when we speak. But what helps us even get better is feedback. Because when we are giving feedback, we know what we did well, we know what could be better, and what we need to improve on to be even better speakers. For our feedback section, we are going to be having some categories of feedback. We're going to have feedback on the prepared speeches. We're going to have feedback on the feedback from my team players on the particular metrics they've been watching out for. And at the end, we're going to have feedback from me, the general feedback from the meeting. And for our evaluators, the first evaluator is Toastmaster Itunoluwa Mustafa, evaluating Toastmaster Chidima Eze. Please let's give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon once again. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Toastmaster Chidima Eze, I want to say well done for the courage you showed in preparing your speech and also delivering your speech. I also want to say well done for the tenacity that you have put in place to become a proficient speaker and Toastmaster. So a round of applause to you. Well done. And I'll also encourage you to continue giving a speech. As we know in Toastmaster, we learn to do by doing. All right. So I also like the fact that when you came onto the lectern, you came with a lot of excitement. You know, there was energy. I could feel the excitement, and you were energetic. And with this, you're able to, your excitement and energy is contagious, right? So your audience you're able to bring that attention from your audience. They would put their attention on you that, okay, there's someone coming to deliver a speech, right? So there's this energy you brought to the lectern and the excitement. It just keeps your audience focused on you. Well done for that. And what would I like you to do better? I would like you to please reduce your pacing when delivering your speech. I noticed that you were pacing, and I would encourage that your pacing be more purposeful, and also your gesticulations, your hands, they should be more purposeful when delivering your speech. I also like the fact that when delivering your speech, you told us about, it was informative and it was inspiring. And you told us about how leaving your comfort zone can get you to that desired result. Because your topic was, if I want something I do not have before, I must do something I've never done before, right? So you explained that for you to get to do that, you must leave your comfort zone, and you made us envision that goal we have in mind. And you told us about the fact that we must be able to leave our comfort zone, because leaving our comfort zone can help us to achieve a lot. You also talked about that being closed-minded can hinder opportunities. And with that, we got something out of it. It was informative that, okay, I need to do something. I need to grow. I need to take myself out of this particular situation to achieve my goals and my aim. And that was very, very fantastic. Thank you very much, and well done, and all the best. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Itunoluwa. At this point, I would like to leave a note that Toastmaster Itunoluwa's evaluation will still be evaluated down the line in this meeting. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Abdurrahman Adebayo, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Chidima Eze. Oh, okay. Okay. That was not okay. So who is evaluating in a speech? But he gave a speech. Who is evaluating that speech? You are evaluating those. Okay. Okay, we are moving on to the third speaker's evaluation. Toastmaster Opeyemi Murakinyo was the third speaker, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Abdurrahman.
Yeah, good evening once again. As I mount the podium and undo the lectern in order to evaluate Toastmaster Opeyemi Murakinyo. From the speech presentation, Unleash Your Potential. Indeed, Toastmaster Opeyemi Murakinyo unleashed our potential in this speech for the purpose of handling disruption and distraction in the process of delivering the speech. And she did this in an amazing way with such tenacity in the process. The beginning of the structure came in when one of the audience member raised up the hand, and one of the fantastic things that Toastmaster Opeyemi did was to confirm, first acknowledge that someone raised up the hand by calling out the person and say, I noticed you raised up your hand. That is one thing that I can point out there. She was also able to ask and seek for the individual, and that is the person of Toastmaster Elizabeth, whether she wants to really contribute or that was just by the way. And from there, two other people actually also interrupted by way of speaking into the presentation. And one of the things she did was to really also call out those individuals, requesting for them a kind of permission, like saying, do you mind I take your observation? That is a permission given to the audience, a kind of way to give the audience the room, the say in the whole process. And once that was confirmed, she was also able to now ask them for an alternative way to speak, to deliver their observation and concern. What she said was to Toastmaster Olushola, say, you may want to use the chat box, something like that in that line. So if that is one of the fantastic things I can pick up from that, what I would have recommended that you do more of is to take a pause so that you'll be able to get differences, because at the point in time, two people were talking and then that noise was a bit confusing even to the audience. You could have paused a bit to be able to filter out who is who and then take them one after the other. The other part of that will be to mirror back what they're saying, kind of a way to say, I heard you saying this, is that correct? Just a way to permit, to seek permission and consent in a way that the two are in alignment. Do I hear you correctly? Before I be able to address your point. Ultimately, the fact that you were able to redirect the destruction to another less destructive channel, chat box, is one of those things that make your presentation stand out for me. And this, I cannot wait to see more of you presenting in such a remarkable and tenacious way in the coming future. Thank you so much.
The next evaluator is Toastmaster Chidima Eze, and she will be evaluating Toastmaster Abdurrahman's prepared speech and also his evaluation speech. Please give Toastmaster Chidima a round of applause.
Thank you very kindly. It's my honor to evaluate Toastmaster Abdurrahman's speech and his evaluation segment. So can we begin by giving him a round of applause for doing a two-in-one project today? He not only gave a speech, he also gave an evaluation. So the purpose of his speech was to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. And he has done both. So I'll start from his speech evaluation. Toastmaster Abdurrahman, I loved your use of personal anecdotes. You told us a story about your children. You called them the little one, and how they reminded you to take water, right? And how to eat. So sharing personal stories, dear members, helps to connect with the audience and makes your story relatable. People want to know that you're authentic. So when you share personal stories, it helps to make your speech relatable. You also excelled at using the smiling technique. Right. That helps to show or send a positive cue to the audience and warms them to you. So imagine you come here with a frowning expression. Even before you open your mouth, you've already given them an opinion about your speech, giving them an opinion about what you're about to say. So smiling makes you approachable, makes you depict openness, depicts approachability. So that was very well done. Thank you, Toastmaster Abdurrahman. And in terms of recommendation, one of the things we were supposed to do was to incorporate the feedback from the last time we delivered the speech. And the feedback was to work on your voice modulation and characterization when you depicted your children. So I would say that to help you do that, you should use the tone of your of a child. When you are saying, "Daddy, you've not taken your water," that would send your message home more than when you use the same tone you've been using for your speech. So please watch out for that. I recommend that you actually use the voice of a child to depict those scenes that have to do with your little one characters. Then also, I'll recommend paying attention to your use of grammar. You know, when we use the wrong use of grammar, it undermines our credibility as a speaker. For example, when you said, "I choose to stay," in that context, the right grammatical expression should be, "I chose to stay and eat," right? And then the next example would be, "That really gets me at standstill." The right expression should be, "That really got me at standstill." So I recommend using proofreading tools, grammatical proofreading tools, to ensure that we're using the right grammatical statements. But overall, you did fantastically well. And one of the things I love the most about your speech was your voice. The rich, powerful voice that exuded confidence. You do not want to come here and start sounding like you're not sure what you're saying, but you made us want to listen to what you're saying because you spoke authoritatively with your rich, powerful voice. So that was very well done. So in summation, I loved your use of personal anecdotes. I loved how you shared your personal story. I loved your smile. And I recommend that you pay attention to your voice modulation so that we can actually fully understand that character depiction of your children, and also pay attention to your use of grammar, and please keep using your rich, powerful voice. So if you incorporate all of this, I believe you're well on your way to becoming an effective and phenomenal speaker. So let's give him a round of applause once again. So moving on quickly to his evaluation segment, I would like to really appreciate you for your observation skills. I loved how you were able to observe and take notes and pointed out specific points in Toastmaster Okoyemi's speech that you could improve on. When feedback is helpful is when you are specific, you're able to point out what exactly the speaker should help, so they know where they need to improve. So that was very well done. I like that you used examples and preferred solutions like when you said the mirror back technique. So now Toastmaster Opeyemi can use that as helpful feedback because she knows that she's supposed to use the mirror back technique. So in terms of recommendations, I would recommend that when giving an evaluation, after giving your evaluation, use summation to help the speaker to recap all that you have said, and they are in the same wavelength in case they missed out any of the crucial points that you made earlier. So please, I recommend that you use summation. But overall, I love that your feedback was positive, it was constructive. In as much as we want to give feedback, we do not want to use negative words that would bring down the morale of the speaker. So I loved how you encouraged the speaker to keep speaking and pointed out the areas you did well and the point of improvement. So with that, I would say very well done, Toastmaster Abdurrahman, on your evaluation skills. I loved your observatory skills. I love that you use example and provide solution, and I recommend that you give a summation of your points so that everybody will be on the same page with the areas that you've addressed. Thank you very much for that wonderful speech and evaluation, and I wish you the very best for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Our final speech evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Liz Iwoa, and she'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ituno Oluwa's evaluation speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. G.E. Toastmaster Ituno Oluwa. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ituno, on completing this part. Now, I will begin with your evaluation. I liked the way you started, making reference to what Toastmaster Chidima did. The pointers that you gave to her, telling her where she captured her audience and how she used the lantern. I liked that you were able to point that out. While you were giving your evaluation, I also liked the fact that you were conscious of time. Even while you were not with the timekeeper, you were so conscious that you saw him lifting his card and you stopped at when he showed the yellow card. I liked the fact that you were able to point out, like I said, how Sister Sachidima used her body movement. What would I want to recommend while you did this evaluation? Even though I'll give you more evaluation after this, for time's sake, I would like to recommend that when giving an evaluation, your camera position, I could not see your hand. It was towards the end of your evaluation that I saw you lifting up your hand. You could put your camera in a way that we would be able to see when you use your hands, so we know what you are saying. This is one area that I would like to recommend. So the body language goes with your words. Secondly, I'd like to recommend that when giving feedback, you arrange your points using the CRC method that we use at Toastmasters, which is the commend, recommend, and commend again. What you did while you were giving your evaluation was you commended her, and like you mixed the commendation and the recommendation together, and you could not commend towards the end. When you commend, you note out these pointers that you want to say: commend, recommend, and then commend again. Now, saying that, I would like to note that I am recommending that you use the CRC method, but you did excellently well with your time management. You did well pointing out what the speaker did. I'd like to encourage you to keep evaluating, keep practicing, and keep being better at what you do. Thank you, and it's back to you, the general evaluation.
Please, let's give her a round of applause. And at this point, we are done with the speech evaluations. If you didn't speak today and you learned from the evaluations, can you raise your hand? That's what the evaluation portion of the meeting does for us. You don't have to speak to learn from the evaluations. So now we're moving on to the evaluation of specific portions of the meeting. And the first role player I'd like to call is the timer. Please give us your reports for the evaluation portion of the meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Overall, it's been a very engaging and inclusive meeting so far. However, there are a couple of things that I just want to call out. Many of our role players kept to time, whereas there are a few outliers that need to do better. Overall, the meeting started about 20 minutes behind schedule, and that was mostly due to the venue setup, the lateness of some role players, and inadequate infrastructure. I think we need to do better, probably come up with a checklist that can help us ensure that we transition from the Ikeja Toastmasters Club into this meeting. Otherwise, it would also be helpful if we had two different venues so that we can finish our setup in the other room like we did last month while they are using one room. So that way the transition can be a lot faster. That's something I want to call out. The other thing I noticed is, as a result of the first point, the handoffs between speakers and displaying role players' profiles also caused a bit of delays. So I think we need to try and do better. Let that be abridged, and let the Zoom master or whoever is showing those profiles, let them follow the trend of the agenda so that we don't have to keep breaking and waiting for those things to happen. Overall, it's been a very good meeting, but as we can all see, we're already 52 minutes over the time allocated for this meeting, which is almost an hour. And that's because of all. I think next time it will be helpful. We've got 3 speeches, evaluations of evaluations. I think we should have either stripped out the table topic section or reduced it to the barest minimum so that we can better manage our time. We seem to try to compress so much into those 2 hours that it's almost impossible for us to get every activity done within the allotted time. That will be all. Overall, well done to every role player, every attendee. It's been a good meeting. Thank you.
Please, let's give the timer a round of applause. Let's also give him another round of applause for doing the general evaluator's work. My next role player is the grammarian, Toastmaster Mercy George Igbafe.
Thank you to our general evaluator. Today's meeting has been extraordinarily exceptional, and everyone used the word of the day, tenacity. But there is one person that used the word of the day more than every other person. I used it 4 times. The general evaluator has used the word of the day. But can we guess who used the word of the day the most today? Can we guess? Pardon? I can hear the general evaluator, but I can't hear you anymore.
The Toastmaster of the
Yes, and the winner goes to the president of LEARNTOR Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwoha, for the use of the word of the day. I love when she was speaking and giving feedback to Toastmaster Abdul Karim and used the word tenacity to describe how he presented his speech. And this is my report, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mercy, for that detailed report of your role. No, this, I unmuted. Okay. My next role player is Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudemadu, DTN. Toastmaster Chidi, please give us your report.
Mr. General Evaluator, I thought perhaps we were in a battle because you had forgotten me and you did not give me the opportunity to feature in the report of the grammarian. How will I use the word of the day? When grammarian did not introduce her word before I introduced my role, and I am giving my report after Madam Grammarian has given a report. Toastmaster Mercy, is this your plan? Because I know always...
It's not my fault. I know we are always at each other's throats.
But yeah, right. Okay, my report. Hello, Toastmasters and guys. When the meeting started and speakers took the lectern, I was worried. I was like, hey, these people came prepared. It was as though everybody decided I will not use any pause fillers today. And it was fantastic. But along the line, I think we did let our guards down, and I was able to pick up some use of crutch words. Interestingly, if you hear your name, just know, yes, there was a crutch word in there. Toastmaster Bayani, Toastmaster Itunolua, Toastmaster Chidima, Toastmaster Abdurrahman, Toastmaster Clementina. What did baffle me, though, was the fact that intending Toastmaster Kelechi
Toastmaster Chidi. Okay, let's move on to the report of the listening evaluator. So I'll read out a sentence and I'd like someone to volunteer to tell me who used that in his or her speech. The world was not left to us by our parents, but was lent to us by our children. Were we listening? It was Toastmaster Elizabeth. Yes. You have sent a message to the future for yourself. If I want something I've never had, I have to do something I've never done. Okay, I think that was easy, right? Let's give ourselves a round of applause. And now to the general evaluators report. On today's meeting, Saturday, 13th of April, 2024, LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. I'd like to first start by commending the club. Please, let's give ourselves a round of applause. I believe LEARNTOR just started having fiscal meetings after some years of no fiscal meetings. So I'd like to commend you for a wonderful setup you have here. There's a round of applause again. The president of LEARNTOR, Toastmaster Liz Iwa, took the stage and she gave us a powerful charge ahead of the meeting. Our charge was not just relevant to the theme, it was relevant to the situation in the room at the time of our speech. I also like the fact that the table topics master came up this stage and aligned that segment with the theme and the word of the day. You could tell that the theme was where there is a will, there is a way, and you could feel the tenacity and the theme of tenacity in all the speeches that were delivered during that segment. I also like the fact that all the speeches were inspiring. I believe there were speeches you could learn something from, and they were well aligned with the theme. It was as if the speakers planned. The speakers planned with the Vice President Education when she was speaking the theme for today's meeting. And for recommendations, I have quite a few recommendations. The first recommendation is timing. I believe the timer covered that in his report, but I'd like to hammer on it a bit. We're ending late because we started quite a bit late. The way you start as regards timing matters because that dictates the pace of the meeting. If we started at exactly 1 p.m., we would be conscious of the fact that the meeting should end by 3. The second is role players. When we started, most of the role players were not available, and that kind of distracted, caused a lot of distractions. When we got into the meeting and we had to introduce role players, it was evident that we were not prepared to introduce role players, and that is something that needs to be done better. The third recommendation is on the agenda. The agenda for today's meeting was not followed, and it actually led to a fragmented meeting. We had the prepared speeches, we had table topics, then we had another prepared speech, then we had the evaluation of the prepared speeches, then we had the area director. So the meeting was fragmented because the agenda was not followed. Also, we had a lot of media issues. The experience of the physical audience listening to online speeches was very poor, and I believe the experience of the online audience listening to the physical speakers was also poor. It's something we can do better. We could get maybe a system that would be in this angle and would cover the stage more, and we need maybe a muted speaker so that the audio would be projected. I also have a recommendation concerning the audience. At some point during the presentations, there was a discussion going on in the audience that was very distracting. And like people had to look back to wonder what was. And my final recommendation is, I could say it's a matter of personal preference, but the evaluation of the evaluators who are also speaking, having a speech and an evaluation that needs to be evaluated made the meeting a bit scattered and was fragmented. I believe that this project it would be better if the evaluation and feedback project is carried out through 3 meetings. You give your first speech in 1 meeting, you give your second speech in another meeting, and you give your evaluation in a 3rd meeting. That would help us better manage expectations during the meeting. I would also like to commend LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club on the table topics evaluator. The table topics evaluator was very detailed in its breakdown. It gave practical, useful, and specific feedback. I also like the fact that the area director's official visit wasn't just a visit. He came here, spoke to us, and gave us a wonderful charge. He charged us to achieve our personal goals and to be tenacious, which went with the theme of today's meeting. I also like that the atmosphere and the room and the meeting room were conducive. The atmosphere was conducive. The meeting room was well ventilated and well aired. So I'd like us to end this evaluation by giving LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club a round of applause. For the online audience, I can only see Toastmaster Itunolu clapping. Where are the others? Please, I'm waiting the others clap. So at this point, I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Elizabeth.
Thank you most kindly, Mr. GE, and your team for such a wonderful session. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, just like the timer and the GE has said, we have overshot our time. Right now, I would like to say thank you everyone for actively participating both online and physically. While I formally hand over this session, it's been wonderful serving as the Toastmaster of the day. I would just like to remind us of the theme of this meeting, which is where there's a will, there's a way. Whatever it is, do not stop at what you want to achieve. Keep trying. If you cannot run, you walk. If you cannot walk, then you go. But whatever you do, don't stop, because there would always be a way to achieve it. And please enjoy the process while you are at it. Thank you. And now I'm handing over to the president of the club. online. Indeed, the Toastmaster wears many crowns. It's been a great meeting. It's been one filled with tenacity, especially with everyone being here present. The area director, we want to especially thank you for coming here to be with us. It's such a wonderful meeting, having the area director and my co-president here in our midst, who is acting as the GE. Toastmaster Jago, thank you so kindly. Everyone online, thank you very kindly for joining. Thank you. I would want to quickly do this. Here at LEARNTOR, we try as much as possible to appreciate whoever comes into our home. It was online that the AD visited the first time, so we could not appreciate him, even though it's little. But we would like to tell you thank you for visiting us and for supporting us as a club. We have not ended our tenure. We are still looking out for you to support us more. So please, on behalf of LEARNTOR, we would like you to come and receive this little token from us. Thank you for visiting our club. And I would like you to please stay back and help us do the honor of handing over the best speaker for today's, based on the votes that we had. Our best speaker for today's meeting. Drum rolls, please. Can we get the clappers? Every speaker is the best speaker, but we have voted for Toastmaster Chidima Eze as the best speaker for today's meeting. Thank you. Congratulations. Keep speaking. Congratulations. Our best table topics speaker for today's meeting is our intending Toastmaster, Kelechi. Toastmaster, intending Toastmaster Kelechi. Thank you. And congratulations to our speakers. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, our editor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. A quick announcement. Our next meeting will be holding on the 21st of April 2024. That will be on a Sunday. It's an online meeting. Please do join us. It's 3 to 5 p.m. Kindly invite others to join us as well. The division international speech contest and evaluation contest, which one of us would be joining, which one of us will be going forward to represent the club and the area, is on the 20th of April. That is next week, Saturday. So the contest is next week, Saturday, and our meeting is Sunday, the day after. Please let's come out to support Toastmaster Chidima as she prepares to go to the division level. Support her, be there, support her. The venue will be posted at the club platform. And on that day of our meeting, because this tenure would still be ending and the new tenure is coming up, we have started our nominations of the new executive. On that day, it will be good you attend our meeting to hear them tell us what they have as planned for LEARNTOR Toastmasters. Be at our meeting and hear them speak about this. The future of LEARNTOR is so bright, and We want to hear this nominee so that we know who we are voting for, those who are willing to serve. Like the AD has mentioned, the district conference is open for members and non-members of Toastmasters. You'd like to join the conference, you'd like to be at the conference, please reach out to me via WhatsApp and we'll share the link with you. It will be great to have everyone there. If you're having issues with accommodation, some members have volunteered to accommodate people. Let us know and let's see how we can all be there next month to celebrate 10 years of the district 94 and 100 years of Toastmasters as a club. So these are the announcements I have for us. Again, I want to say thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for staying up to this time. Toastmasters, our GE, thank you for the feedback. We would work on it and see how best we can become better. Thank you. BTM Harriet is also contesting for another division and another district. So let's support her. She's also a member of our club. She happens to be in 4 different clubs, representing another club. But as a member, we have to support her. That's what we do at LEARNTOR. We support each other. Thank you to all the role players. Please begin to reach out to the VPE to sign up for role. It's next week Sunday, so we just have to sign up on time for the roles and play this role. Let's keep playing roles. Let's remember that wherever there's a will, there will always be a way to make that happen. Thank you, everyone. And with this, I'd like to call for adjournment of this meeting. Can we have someone adjourn the meeting, please? Just for solution, please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Who is supporting that? Who is seconding the motion so we can, yeah. Thank you very kindly, Master Chidima. With that, I officially call the meeting to a close. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, our online attendees who do better next time. Thank you. Thank you.